It's like, I want to go see my mom back in New York, but I'm waiting for that second vaccine to kick in. So we've been doing a lot of FaceTime. She's always telling me how she wants me to meet somebody, getting involved in a relationship. You just gotta find somebody. Love is love. Don't be discriminating. I think she thinks I'm gay. And it makes sense. I'm 40 years old, never been married, never had kids. I'm happy. So someone's gonna happen. Hello and welcome to another episode of the ReUp. My name is Jason Delgado. We are trying new sound this evening. I hope it works a little bit better than the last time. We're doing our best. There's no soundproofing in the new studio yet, but we're learning, we're growing, we're adapting, we're becoming. Anyway, thank you for joining me. This is kind of the weekly vlog, podcast, whatever you may want to call it, about me doing stand-up comedy in LA, having little adventures, talking about them with the people. If you don't follow me on the Instagram, please do. It is right here located below in an interesting graphic. And thanks for coming along. In any case, this is the weekly update. What's been going on? We'll start off with probably the best part of this entire week, which was sleep. I mean, I gotta tell you, for the past, I don't know, has to be almost 20 years. I've never had like an actual new bed. I mean, I had the bed I had when I was growing up, and then they issued us a bed when I was in college at the dorms. And then I lived in an apartment where the bed was already there. And then I took that bed to my next apartment. But I've never actually had a new bed. Just a bed for me. A bed for me! And this past move that I just had, I moved the bed in. Everything was set. I remember I got a headboard when I did a little re-up on my old apartment, but I never had, the bed was always the same one. And after this last move, maybe in the hustle and the bustle and the tussle, it got a little springy, got a little too, I don't know, something happened, something popped. It finally went off its last spring. Is that a thing for mattresses? But in any case, we we do our best in this life to try and deal with what we can. I'm lucky to have a bed and all that stuff. But after a couple of nights sleep, I was on the floor. I was on the floor, like lying down, doing calisthenics. Just trying to keep myself limber so I can get a couple hours of sleep just so I can, do work and stuff. But no, could not deal with it. One particular night, it just got too bad. It was tossing and turning to the point where I had to just go, no, enough is enough. It is time. It is time to take on credit and get myself a bed. And that is what I did. So I went onto the internet. I did some research about different beds. I went with cost effectiveness and technology. See, because nowadays beds are not like this normal thing. Like before it was like mattresses and they have these springs and these springs have springs on the springs and cushion springs. Cylinder springs. I didn't know, Beauty Rest Serta, they're all but up. But I guess recently I stayed in a hotel. It was a very nice hotel. And the bed there was kind of what I have been seeing recently in sort of bed advertisements on the internet, which is kind of like a foam, memory foam / gel / cloth mattress material, but it's really, really just more like a giant memory foam pillow, right, that you sleep on. That's more mattress, but very kind of firmed. And so I looked into those and I decided to get the Nectar. And the Nectar, twofold. I had a friend who had gotten a Nectar. The cost was really good. They had a deal where they were giving away pillows and blankets. And I wanted the King. Your boy's feet have been hanging off of a bed since I was a giant child. I've never been able to be on a bed fully. And then I had decided, with everything, and then, they did a good little credit deal, and so, we decided to take it on. Sleep is important, so sometimes you got to just do certain things. A couple months ago, or like a year ago probably now, I got a chair, an office chair. We moved, from offices to home because of what was going on. And I was on this chair that the pins were coming out, and I had to replace the arm 3 times. And I talked about it on a ReUp in the past you could check out. But in any case, getting in your chair, you spend a little money, but I'm very happy with the chair. It's very comfortable. It's sturdy. Just like, and I sit in it for hours without an issue. And so I thought, like, you got to do that, man. You got to get yourself, into a position where you can sleep. You could sleep a decent night, wake up feeling refreshed. You could take on the day like the champion that you are. And so I did it. Pulled the trigger. Got myself a Nectar. King size. And no looking back, No looking back. If you are in ever a position where your mattress is like in these 10 years old, that mattress is probably like, it was older than me, man, because I got that thing 20 years ago. That thing was on before me, so that mattress is going on over 20 years that I was on. But if you're in one of these positions like that, where you're like sleeping on the floor, tossing and turning, I even put one of these memory foam things on top of a mattress to try and do that. Sometimes you just got to pull the trigger on what you know is right and what you use a lot. I don't really watch that much TV, and I want an 80-inch TV, but that's leisure, you know what I mean? I want, certain things that I feel like, you shouldn't buy that because you can, you don't really need that stuff. But as far as like a bed, yeah, it was a totally, totally worthy purchase. I'm so grateful that I did it. And putting it together was a bit of a nightmare. Not really the actual putting it together, but just getting it here. This apartment complex is a little bit weird because I live in the apartment, but like you got to have a key to get up to my floor in the elevator, and there's another key to get in the gate, and there's another key from that gate. It's very, very secure and somewhat annoying. And so what I did was, essentially sometimes, you put in the address, you put in the apartment number, and sometimes somebody gets a key, they bring it up. Like in the case with the mattress part of the bed, they were able to bring it right up, leave it at my door. But with the frame and the headboard, they just couldn't get through the series of gates and security measures. And they just sort of left it in the mailbox room pretty much. It's just a giant king-size frame that could barely fit through the door. And so with all my might, got my full workout out, man. And I just, boom, boom, 2 feet, boom, 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 4 feet, boom, 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 7 feet. I just slowly inched my way across a large parking lot from one side of the building to another side. I would probably say like 2 city blocks. True story. And I'm like, blah, 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 7 feet. And then the real dilemma was right at the end to get to my door to the elevator. There were 2 cars. They were like right there. And I was like, I'm dying, sweating. My arms are veined. And I'm just like, I got to get squeezed through that spot. It was like a 12-footer. And so I was like, when I got through it, and I finally made it to the elevator, got into my door. Thank God that the door is right near the elevator. Got the thing and sliced it open. It was bigger than me, man. I had to pull the thing down. And then putting it together wasn't too tough, but then there was the other nightmare where I brought this whole drill set, and the one bit that the drill doesn't have is the bit that we use to put together the bed. So here I am with the Allen wrench. And then there's like wood that's like razor sharp. So if you whoop, don't go like that. You gotta whoop, whoop. A bed. But we don't complain because victory was achieved. Here I will show a picture of said bed. So much win. The Sleep by Sleep by Jason Delgado. I was very, very pleased. And so, yeah, took a lot, but we got it done. I was very, very grateful. And so the bed is nice. I recommend Nectar beds. They do not sponsor this, but maybe one day they'll hook a brother up with the duvet. Anyway, I'm looking at that duvet and I'm looking at that heavy blanket. 25 pounds. I'll sleep like a bear. But in any case, so there was that this week. I did see kind of a weird movie. I don't know how really much I want to talk about this because it wasn't really that great. I haven't seen too many movies, but the poster of this movie, A Promising Young Woman, is the movie I saw this week. And though promising, it just left me a little vague. Look, it's a very, very odd subject. It's just weird because I thought for most of the movie she was a vampire. I thought it was all supernatural whammy and she was just killing men. But, she was teaching men a lesson because her friend got assaulted years back. And she's kind of this crazy person who's like going out to pretend that she's drunk so that she can attract these men and then give them a lesson? Like a strong talking to, I guess? Or like, I thought she was killing them. Like, I thought she was killing them and eating them, and then at the end we'd like find her tomb and she's like, I'm a vampire for evil rapists. But no, it was just like a revenge plot, and then at the end, like the final person, I don't want to ruin it, but I don't know if I would necessarily recommend. If she was a vampire, it would have been terrific. Or like one of these, like, weird people eaters. Do those exist? Excuse me. But yeah, I would have totally been down with that. But instead it was just kind of a weird, she's kind of crazy, maybe she shouldn't be doing this, lesson learned. Great poster though. A Promising Young Woman. My review, probably not. But, I don't know. Comment. Let me know, please. If you saw Promising Young Woman Theater, it was terrific. Let me know. School a brother on what I missed. And then other than that, it was just kind of, gearing up comedy, writing new jokes, getting stuff together. I'm really trying to put together just like a good half hour of new material. And so I've just been kind of writing jokes and, just thinking about things I want to do. The apartment here, I set up a little comedy room, a week ago or so. And so I'm thinking about putting up another thing, maybe doing like a live stream of new jokes, like 10 new jokes a week. And you can maybe do like where people can comment and stuff. I thought that'd be like a fun thing. Get other comedians in here. They call it Comedy Pad, where I could just kind of sit in the apartment, hang out, have comedians come by, try their material, record it, show it to you, watching here, and then, have some, fun inside baseball about how to make comedy. I thought it'd be fun, but it's something I'm thinking about mulling. If you think I should do it, please like and subscribe and say so in the comments. But, yeah, that's pretty much been the week. It was a sleep, it was a movie, and it was just feeling blessed, trying to be funny, writing good jokes. Yeah, we'll see how it all turns out. I got a show coming up this Saturday. If you're in the Los Angeles area, please come to Baja's Grill, 3250 Wilshire in Koreatown. There'll be cheap drinks, good food, very funny me, and other comedy that's really, really funny. And just a good vibe, good place. I highly recommend it. It's a good place to watch comedy. And it's free. If you're in the neighborhood, do it. And then I got a show coming up in Vegas, baby, in June. And then, Netflix. Next stop, the internet stream services, baby. But yeah, until then, we'll kind of call it here. Thank you so much for joining me and make it this far. My name is Jason Delgado. This has been the ReUp. Like I said, please like and subscribe. Follow me on the Instagram. There'll be funny stories, clips, pictures of me making funny faces, but good. And yeah, maybe sometimes food I eat. I'm like that sometimes. If it's delicious, you should see a picture. In any case, thank you for joining me. My name is Jason Delgado. We will see you on the next one.